What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of No Excuse Prodcast. Today we're going to be doing an introduction video and a little about me. Sorry, let me fix the earbud. Alright, so a little about me, what I like to do. My name is Champion. Well, that's my nickname. I'm not going to give out my real name. Maybe that's not just yet. So I go by Champion. And what I like to do, I like to make content. I like to make content that inspires. Not only content that inspires, but changes lives. So that's what I like to do, and hopefully monetize it. That's what I'm all about. And yeah, and I'm 20 years old, so and I love playing sports. So, and I like traveling. Well, I don't travel that much, but I enjoy going to visit my family a lot and stuff like that. Alright, so that's a little bit about me, Champion. So now let's dive straight into this. I'm going to be answering 4 questions. Why did I start this podcast? No Excuse Prodcast. What does no excuse actually mean? What can you expect in this broadcast? And where do we go from here? So yeah, so this is the first part of the broadcast. So why did I start the No Excuse Prodcast? You see the polished videos, the finished script, the music, the visuals, and the message after I've already spent hours thinking about it. What you never see is everything that happens before I hit publish. I don't hear the ideas that never became videos, the question I'm wrestling with, the books that challenge my thinking, or the moments where I'm uncertain about what comes next. That's what this broadcast is for. I wanted a place where I could slow down and have a real conversation instead of trying to fit everything into 30 seconds. I don't want this to feel like another motivational show where someone speaks at you. I want it to feel like you're sitting across the table with me, listening to the conversations that happen before the camera turns on. This broadcast isn't replacing Champion Ascendry. It's showing you everything that exists behind it. If Instagram is a finished movie, this is the director's commentary. This is where you'll hear the process, not just the outcome. Alright, so there's the answer to the first question. So now we're on to question number 2. What does no excuse actually mean? When people hear the phrase no excuse, they usually think it means never failing or never making mistakes. That's not what it means to me. Everyone struggles. Everyone has days where they don't feel like showing up. Everyone gets distracted or overwhelmed. The difference isn't whether those moments happen. The difference is what you do after they happen. To me, having no excuse means taking responsibility for the direction of your life, even when circumstances aren't ideal. It means refusing to let temporary emotions become permanent decisions. It means accepting that growth is not comfortable and choosing it anyway. This broadcast isn't life easy. This broadcast isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about learning how to respond when life isn't every episode. When life isn't every episode we'll explore. It means refusing to let temporary emotions become permanent decisions. It means accepting that growth is uncomfortable and choosing it anyway. This broadcast is about pretending life is easy. It's about learning how to respond when life isn't. Every episode will explore that idea from different angles, whether you're talking about discipline, faith, purpose, relationships, or personal growth. My hope is that these conversations will help us both to think more clearly about what it means to live with intention, instead of simply reacting to whatever life throws at us. Question number 3. What can you expect in this broadcast? One thing I want to make clear from the very beginning is that this isn't going to be a place where I recycle my Instagram videos. If you already see my content there, I want this to give you something completely different. Here, you'll hear the thoughts behind the content, not just the content itself. I'll talk about books that have changed my perspective, ideas I'm still trying to understand, mistakes I've made, lessons I've learned, and conversations I think deserve more than a 1-minute video. Some episodes might begin with a simple question that I've been thinking about all week. Others from a conversation I had, a passage I read, or an experience that challenged me. I also want to hear from you. If there's questions you're wrestling with or a topic you think you deserve an honest discussion, I want this broadcast to become a place where we explore those ideas. My goal isn't to have all the answers. My goal is to create a better conversation. Where do we go from here? This broadcast is more than another piece of content. I want it to become a community of people who are committed to becoming better, even when nobody's watching. If you're listening to this, you're here at the beginning. That means you have an opportunity to help shape what this becomes. Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me what questions keep you awake at night. Tell me what topics you think people avoid because they're uncomfortable. Those are the conversations I want to have. Growth doesn't happen because we assume more content. It happens because we think deeply, ask better questions, and apply what we learn. My hope is that every time you finish an episode, you don't just leave feeling motivated. I hope you leave thinking differently when you started. If we can do that consistently, then I believe this broadcast can become something much bigger than either of us imagined. Thank you for listening to the first episode of the No Excuse Prodcast. I'm grateful that you're here, and I can't wait to continue this journey. Sorry, one last thing. And I want to appreciate you guys for sticking along for this 6-minute and 30-second video. I hope I guys answered the questions great. Obviously, these were my questions I came up with to answers that I cannot memorize. So I figured I may as well write what I wrote down on a sheet of paper. So, but for the next broadcast episodes will be more, I'll put in the effort. We'll develop conversations, topics like Instagram real ideas. We'll talk about, let's say, something that encouraged me this week, or something that motivated me, or something. We'll talk about motivational topics, stuff like that, and controversial takes on stuff. So, let me know what you guys think the next episode of the broadcast will be. And I hope this wasn't boring. And I'm going to try to edit it, stuff like that. But, yeah, peace out, guys. This is the first episode of the No Excuse broadcast. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, and let's see where this takes us. And this is just the intro, so there wasn't a whole lot going on. But if you guys are interested in what I said and what I'm about, then let's follow the socials, follow the broadcast. Hang loose, guys. Peace.